just only see my double chin?
Holy shit.
You can't curse on Coffee Talk. I mean, I guess that's not true. I guess I do sometimes. Oh my God, the yearbooks were the best addition to last night ever. My inscription to you made my whole day. I know you ate all my candy and my fruit roll-ups. I really was clearly pressed about those freaking fruit roll-ups. Ugh. I'm like building a set over here. I'm like on a movie set. I'm trying to avoid you guys having to only see my double chin.
Who's your coffee black?
Surge. She said she hated the coconut. She said, I need real thick creamer. I was like, don't say thick creamer right now. Ugh.
What about milk?
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. We are tired. So last night, okay, good morning and welcome to Coffee Talk. I think I'm still drunk. Ooh, water. I think this one's mine too, actually. If Shan didn't throw it out. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Coffee Talk. So as you know, last night, the 5 of us from high school were getting together for the first time. And seriously, I'm not kidding. Different ones of us have been together for different amounts of time, but not all 5 of us have been together, I don't think, in 20 years. Yeah. Maybe, has to be. Because Serge didn't go to the reunion.
Maybe longer.
Maybe longer. Maybe, because we hung out after college. No, maybe not. No, just kidding. All right, maybe 23 years. Anyway, we all got together and thought, it would be an amazing idea. Let's just drink so much and tell old stories until we can't drink anymore and someone falls asleep and passes out. Which, by the way, I think I went to bed at 1:30, which is so past my bedtime. I'm sweating right now. I'm having the sweats. Okay, so they're like, hi girl in the background. Her name's Courtney. She's hurting right now. Okay, so I want to, my girlfriends have children who are older than mine. So it's always interesting for me to be around them and hear sort of what the next stage, what's coming in the next couple of years. Even though Olivia's 10 and she feels super mature, there's a lot that happens between 10 and 12, not only with our children in themselves, but what happens with their friendships and the way that, and the things that they are exposed to and share with their friends and things like that. 10 to 12 is a big, wouldn't you say, Court, is like a big,
ginormous.
It's like night and day. So Courtney and I were talking yesterday and she said something that gave me pause. And anytime someone says something to me that gives me pause, I immediately
do a coffee talk.
I'm like, I cannot wait to get to Coffee Talk. Should I drink the rest of this?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
This is vitamin B.
I know, this is what you keep saying, but it's probably I'm probably taking 10 years off my life. Oh wait, it says don't drink with coffee.
You just did a commercial.
Yeah, that was a really good endorsement. Am I safe? Am I gonna die? Deborah Phillips, safe driving. Okay, so anyway, what Courtney said to me yesterday was, the interesting thing about parenting when it comes to your kids is all kids make a mistake. And typically when they're young, it's all parents together. The mistakes are cute, they're teachable moments, they're all of these things where all the parents are together, looking out for each other. And then they hit a certain age and the mistakes become different because they're exposed to different things. And she said it's every mom together until it isn't. And I was like, what does that mean? And she said, drive safely, Carla. She said that what happens is as they get older and they make their mistakes are more disappointing, I'll say, that moms start to judge other people's children. they start to feel like they don't want their children hanging out with so-and-so. And they don't tell the mom of the child. They tell other moms what the kid did. Now it's on a public forum. People can talk about it on social media, which we didn't have when we were young. And what happens is, like, so for example, my kid makes a mistake, something really disappointing. Instead of Courtney, say, coming to me, like she would have done when the girls were 9 and like young and it was still cute, she goes to her mom circle and says like, Olivia forwarded my kid like a super inappropriate video, and like, why would I want my kid hanging out with Olivia? And now Olivia becomes that kid. And what I thought was so interesting is there's that really distinctive mark in, because parenting, I would think, gets harder as our children get older, right? When they're young, it's labor intensive and you're changing diapers and you're up all night and you're nursing and all of those things feel exhausting and you think it'll never get harder than this. And then they come to you for the first time and say, so-and-so won't let me play with them. And you think, oh, now I have to fight so-and-so. So-and-so is 7, but I'm going to have to fight them because they hurt my kid. And you think that's the hardest thing you'll ever go through. Then the kids turn 12 and they have Instagrams and apparently Finstagrams and all of these opportunities to make mistakes in a very public way. And the punishment for our children often involves the mothers. It starts with gossip. It starts with mom groups and cliques. It starts with moms deciding that that child can't be part of other things. And all of a sudden, you have a child who made a mistake. All kids make mistakes. But now it's everywhere for the world to see. And now your child doesn't get invited to the birthday parties, doesn't get invited to the bat mitzvahs, doesn't get invited to the sleepovers. Turn that volume off, please. And then the saddest part about that is they have to see all of the things they're not included in on social media. So not only are they, gossiped about and talked about and finger pointed at, they're then not included and they're then made to feel. And so it's all of this sort of whatever. But what she was saying to me, like, never occurred to me. My children go to a small Catholic school, right? Where the moms, I've had the same mom friends at St. Francis since my kids were in kindergarten. Olivia's in 4th grade now. All the moms, we all, whatever. And my girlfriend was saying 5th grade is when it changes. 5th grade, 4th grade is the last year of innocence for these kids. 5th grade is when they're exposed to more, where their mistakes are bigger, and where the parents start to section off. And I really hope, and I'm not naive, but I do really hope that that does not happen in our situation, because I travel so much for work. I rely on these moms to help me parent. Like, I have to be able to trust these moms. And I'm looking at my other friends tell stories about how it changes. So, what can I say? What can I contribute to this coffee talk where there's an actual takeaway, where I may say something that changes the way that you behave or the way you think? So, Court, what would you say you want the message to be? To remember that every kid makes a mistake, and that the best thing you can do when it happens is go to the parent of the child who's made the mistake.
They're not evil overnight. Yeah. They didn't turn evil.
Right.
They're still just a little
The kid that you knew last year who didn't do hurtful things now is still a kid who made a mistake. You don't have to compartmentalize them and exclude them and like tell every other mom what they did. Like, we talk about gossip a lot on Coffee Talk, and I know it's a bonding thing. You want to sit down with your girlfriend and go, you're never going to believe what that little jerk Richard in Olivia's class did. He sent her this video and blah, 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 blah. Because what happens is you've now tainted the mom you're talking to now thinks Richard is a little jerk. And Richard's mom becomes part of that isolationism. She's like, how come everybody's talking shit about my kid and excluding my kid? And how come he's not invited to anything anymore? And the mom doesn't get it. It's so hard. The parents have to do better. The moms have to do better. Like, it's hard enough to expect our children to do better, but the moms have to do better. And I will say, there's very, very little, there is some people lose their patience. I get it, especially around Girl Scout time, and people are up in arms over cookies and who ordered what and who did what and blah, blah. But overall, if somebody comes to you about somebody's child and says, you're never going to believe what, hi Shannon, you're never going to believe what, Victoria did. She posted something and oh my God, she's such a fast ass, and doesn't her mother monitor her social media and blah, 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 blah. You've now tainted the way the person you're talking to views Victoria, and that is impactful. It's impactful. It matters. So when you feel like regurgitating a mistake a child made, remind yourself that they're children. We made a ton of mistakes. They were just not everywhere for the world to see. Yeah, I've had moms come to me and say, so-and-so did so-and-so. And I'm like, did you tell her mom? My answer is always, did you tell her mom? Tell her mom. Don't tell me. Go tell her mom. Courtney's literally laughing at her phone. She's looking at her phone and laughing. Apparently she's very funny. It just matters to me that we don't create self-fulfilling prophecies in these children, that we don't gossip about them and isolate them to the point where they think, oh, well, everybody thinks I'm a fast ass. I might as well be a fast ass. When I made mistakes at home, the principal called my mother. My mother beat my ass and sent me back into the world. Nobody was talking about it. Very few people knew. It wasn't on social media. So other children's parents' views of me were not affected. Our kids are growing up in a very different time. You know what a lot of people are saying, Courtney? A lot of people are saying, damn, I'm 100%. No. Okay, so one person, Courtney Williams, said, I have to agree with what someone said. Going directly to the parent does not end well because people take it offensively when it's their kid.
Could happen.
Okay, Courtney did say that to me yesterday. She said, Jamie, you have to tread very lightly. I don't know why she kept saying that to me, because I feel like I tread very lightly on everything. I understand that. I understand that when it's your child and someone is coming to tell you your child did something that you don't want to believe your child did, it's hard. Is there a squirrel trying to break in?
It's the bird that bangs its head against the wall. Bird brain, you ever hear that expression?
Uh-huh.
This bird just bangs its head against the window all the time.
Great, okay.
It thinks it's another bird.
Oh, that's so cute. Yeah. Courtney has a bird trying to break in. You know what? At least try. Go to the parent and say, a situation went down. I want to discuss it with you. Let's see if we can talk to the kids, whatever. People are saying a lot of parents don't hold their kids accountable.
It's true.
I mean, I don't understand that mentality, because I run such a tight ship at home with my kids. Like, if anyone comes to me and says, Olivia blank, 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 or Max blank, blank, blank. For example, the other day we walked out of school and there was a child with her mom, and the child said to me, Mrs. Sullivan. So of course I did what I always do. I turned around and looked for my mother-in-law and was like, oh, you're talking to me? Okay. Still creeps me out when people call me Mrs. Sullivan. Mm-hmm. So weird. She said, Max hit me on the arm today. So I said, okay, thank you so much for telling me. When he comes out, I'm going to... And the mom was like, don't tell on him. Why did you do that? Don't tell. And I was like, no. She has to let me know. I can't correct it if I don't know. And I would rather you come to me than go tell everybody else that Max is a hitter.
What do you do when someone tells you something about your kid and you reprimand your kid and then you find out after the fact your kid didn't do it.
Okay, well, I would rather reprimand my kid on the off chance that I'm wrong than let it go and have it be right.
And you'll cry for months.
Yeah, because you'll feel terrible. But you know what? Shit happens.
Yeah.
You know how many times I told my mom things? That wasn't me. It was Carolyn. She didn't believe me. Everybody got their ass beat. Look how good I turned out. I'm 41. I did just fine. Max came out. Is that Cher? Hey, beauty. Hey, let me see. Are you dressed? Yes. Why are you hiding? Come on. Oh my God, you're so cute. We got another one, folks. Cheryl has 12. Don't tell me. I'm a good friend. 12.
Right now.
She has 4 boys. Oh, I said she's going to be the most loved woman in the world when she gets older.
Dark roast or light roast?
Cheryl has 12. Well, let's see. She has same grades as me. 6th, 5th, 3rd. So 12, 11, almost 11. 12, almost 11, 9.
Almost 9.
Almost 9 and almost 3.
Right.
And we were joking with Cheryl last night because she just weaned her son, Bodie, and he's like literally could order a Big Mac through a McDonald's. But that's fine. We weren't judging. She was like, it was just for comfort as he's looking at college applications. He's nervous about leaving home. He's getting his driver's license. No, she's cute. She's the last of the Mohicans. Out of the 5 of us, she's the only one that has still a baby. We'll just let her call him a baby because it makes her feel better. It's so crazy to see my girlfriends as moms. Last night we were in the kitchen talking about like these things, like parenting things, and I can literally remember. It feels actually like yesterday when we were like scheming about cutting school and going to the beach. And now we're all worried that our kids are going to do it. What will we do if they cut school? One of them last night was like, my kid had a hickey. And I'm like, you always had hickeys. Why is that a problem? I'm so confused. And she was like, well, it's different when it's your kid. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm not there. Oh, go back to the story. All right, I'm going back to the story. So I literally reprimanded Max. I said, you want this one, Cher?
No.
I said,
Pretty cream.
I said to Max, I said, keep your hands to yourself. And he was like, but I didn't hit her. I go, that's not important. What is important is that you remember to keep your hands to yourself because you're impulsive. And sometimes when you get excited or frustrated or whatever, you think you're dealing with Olivia and you do this. Keep your hands to yourself. And we got in the car and he was like, Mom, I didn't hit her. And I was like, okay, well, the lesson is keep your hands to yourself anyway. You'll be fine. Sit down, buckle your seatbelt. Like whether he did or he didn't, I just reinforced the lesson. Keep your house to yourself. Your house.
Yeah, I heard that.
Okay, guys.
Distracting me.
I know. It's like don't drink and coffee talk. I say it all the time. My body's like literally, I'm going through the sweats right now. It's fine. Anyway, the point of this one is if somebody does something to your kid, please think about going to the parent instead of going back to all of your mom friends and creating this isolated space where that child now is looked at Victoria or Richard, the big jerk.
Richard.
Poor Richard. Such a jerk. Because it does have a ripple effect. And when you talk about someone's kid, it affects the way other people receive that child. And that makes me nervous. Just remember that whenever you are talking about someone else's child, you are talking about the very heartbeat of another woman. You are talking about her purpose. You are talking about her gift to this world. And when you isolate that child, when you label them, when you ridicule them to other moms, you're creating a world that is not favorable for them. And that mom has to work 10 times harder. So, I'm sorry, girls. Is there something more important? I'm just kidding. You two in the back. Is there something more important? Is there something you want to tell the whole class? Jeez. It's a tough audience. Anyway, don't thank me. Thank Courtney for this very important message. She's the one that told me it was important. I didn't even think about it. All right, I love you guys. I have to get ready for Barnes & Noble. I'll see so many of you in like an hour and a half or something. I might smell like Tito's. I might not. It's a crapshoot. Who knows? I love you. Drive safely. Love on each other. I'm excited to see everybody. I love you so much. Have a great, great day.